Yes, we are recording this podcast on a Tuesday, and that means that every Tuesday we are bringing in right now the author of Food is Climate and Own Your Health. Here is Glen Merzer with a Glen's Rant. Welcome back, Glen.
Thank you, Rich. I want to talk about coconut oil today because I'm not happy with this stuff.
Uh-oh.
When I lived in L.A., I used to argue with my friend Gordon about nutrition, and particularly about what he called healthy fats. Gordon was very big on healthy fats, and he believed that the healthiest fat was coconut oil. And he would literally eat tablespoons of coconut oil every day out of the jar for its health benefits. He said it had antioxidant properties. He said it was good for your cholesterol. It supposedly controlled blood sugar. He said there were studies that proved that it even reduced stress and depression. And it made your hair shiny. So it was a miracle food. And Gordon was very worried that I didn't consume coconut oil or enough healthy fats. Now, I was at a healthy weight, as I always have been, and Gordon was about 50 pounds overweight, but I didn't want to point that out because Gordon owed me money.
Not going to get it that way.
And he was having trouble paying me back because most of his income went into coconut oil. So Gordon and I don't argue anymore about nutrition because he died of sudden cardiac arrest.
Oh.
That may be how coconut oil reduces your stress. Gordon's death was, of course, a tragedy for Gordon. It was a tragedy for his loved ones. I never got to say goodbye to him, and more importantly, I never got to say I told you so. Now, unfortunately, coconut oil has taken over the vegan food industry. I went to the grocery store this morning and I looked at some of the foods in the refrigerated vegan section. Do you want to try Fresh Time's plant-based mint chocolate chip ice cream made with coconut oil? It has 12 grams of fat in a serving, including 10 grams of saturated fat. Now, to put that in perspective, a hamburger has 6 grams of saturated fat. So you could get almost twice as much saturated fat from your plant-based ice cream as from a hamburger. So Delicious brand vanilla bean coconut milk dessert, 15 grams of fat, 10 grams of saturated fat. Silk brand Greek-style blueberry yogurt, 10 grams of saturated fat. Wow. How about the Impossible sausage, which is made from soy protein, sunflower oil, and coconut oil, among other ingredients? That's 9 grams of fat, 4 grams of saturated fat, but that's based on a serving being 2 ounces. I've been known to eat more than 4 ounces of food at a time. If you have 4 ounces, you're getting 8 grams of saturated fat. That's more than in a hamburger. Follow your heart. Dairy-free mozzarella slices. 1 slice. 4 grams of saturated fat. A serving size is 7/10 of an ounce. 7/10 of an ounce of food, you get 4 grams of saturated fat. Follow your heart. Blue cheese. 6 grams of saturated fat in an ounce of food made from filtered water, coconut oil, and potato starch. So that's the new vegan processed food formula. You take some food starch, you add coconut oil and flavoring, and voila, you've got a new vegan food that could end your stress. Now, these foods are sometimes referred to as transitional foods. Let's say someone is transitioning from a traditional meat and dairy diet, and they miss these kinds of rich, fatty flavors and textures, so they try some processed foods from the vegan section. Now, I did that when I became a vegan 30 years ago. I ate processed foods like vegan hot dogs and vegan meatballs and vegan chicken nuggets. They may not have been healthy. I'm sure they weren't healthy, but they didn't have coconut oil. They weren't fatty. Some of them were even zero fat. When did coconut oil take over the vegan movement? I mean, is it possible that this is funded by the meat industry and they're trying to kill off the vegans? I mean, I don't want to spread conspiracy theories, but coconut oil has to be the single most unhealthy vegan food on the planet, and it's hard to avoid in the refrigerated vegan foods. So if you're becoming a vegan, it's fine to have some transitional foods, but in a really good dietary transition, you don't transition your way into heaven. So avoid foods made with coconut oil. We need to boycott this shit.
Love it. Glenn, excellent stuff. Yeah, I mean, and it's true, whether it's olive oils, coconut oils, sunflower oils, grapeseed oils, like eat the olive, eat the coconut, eat the whole thing at once, and you won't have those problems. But when you process it down into that oil, man, oh man, it can be nasty for you right away. And you are on point with all of this. Love it. Glenn, thank you for stopping by.
Love it.
Great rant today and some real dark humor in there, which I always appreciate and love as well. May your buddy rest in peace. Nice job, Glenn. Thanks for being here, man.
Thank you. Good to see you guys.